Hey, hello everyone, my name is Zhihong. Today I will share you the topic about Minshuku in Dali, and which is my actual experience for research. Before I start this topic, I have to explain the words Minshuku and Dali for you at first. The Minshuku is a word from Japanese. The meaning of it is similar to the bed and breakfast in Western country, and the Dali is a region name is the cities of China. So in here, it does refer to the famous artist. So let's move on to the topic. I choose this topic because I have attended professional investigations in 2018 when I was an undergraduate. At that time, all of the students in my class have joined these investigations to get the actual data about the Minshuku of Dali. So we traveled to Dali to get the data at that time. And for this presentation, the research purpose is to realize the current situation of Minshuku in Dali and its development model at that time. In these presentations, for its content, I divided it into four parts. There are introduction of Dali, introduction of the Minsuk in Dali, and the conclusion. Okay, let's move on the first part. Where is Dali? I look at the picture, the map, the shape of the areas, which is like a cork, apparently is China, and the red part is Yunnan province, and the Dali is in this province. Let's zoom it in. The pictures on the right is a whole Yunnan province, and the Dali is in it. The arrows areas refers to the Dali, and you can see it's the right part. And as you can see, the Dali is in the southwest of China, and actually, Dali is also a minority autonomous state. And I choose some typical pictures to display for you to let you know Dali's more. And you can say in these pictures, you can see there are many mountains around this city, and it has traditional and ancient the architecture styles in Dali, and most of the people in Dali wear the traditional minorities costume. So the Dali is a place where has a profound culture and traditional culture and a beautiful nature. It is really powerful for it to develop its tourism, and Minshuku is a part of tourism too. And moreover, it also has a marbles, a limestone, and a coal. And as I said before, the Dali is a minority autonomous state. Most of its peoples in there is by nationalities, and others are 12 national minorities. And the cultures in Dali are mostly is biculture, and the style of the architecture in there is a by building. And for its cultures in Dali, is mostly the traditional handicraft in it, and so on. And this picture that shows the by traditional handicraft, the tie-dye. If you have opportunities to travel in Dali, it's very worth it to buy it, or it's very worth it. In the second part, let's know what the definition of Minshuku is. Minshuku is a term from Japan at first, and in the book of Scholar Lei, he explains that Minshuku is a accommodation mode which originally used to be renting out spare rooms of its own homes, and the owner and his family were responsible for cleaning, booking, receiving guests, and other service. And the difference between the Minshuku and the hotel is that the homeowner of Minshuku are both managers and service staff in this housing industry process. And in most times, the hosts use their passion and genuine attitudes to touch people's heart and make them feel like living at home. And rich male people feel very warm and comfortable, but in hotel, the people's hierarchy is apparently rich male people it's very hard to make friends with service staff in hotel that mode of Minshuku. And another difference between Minshuku and the hotel is that the room number. The room number in Minshuku is mostly is just a 3 to 10 rooms, but in hotel the room number could over 30. So it's one of the most different between them. And in China, Minshuku is very similar to that of the farmhouse in the early years. And for the research, Kending, which is regions in Taiwan, is the first regions have developed a large number of Minshukus in China. And since 2012, the Minshuku industry of Dali has rapidly increased. There are huge Minshuku groups formed in Dali, and the number of it obtained the top one in China until 2017. These pictures are the farmhouse in China. People often go this place to have fun, such as play mahjong or have a chat with their friends and their families. And this is Minshuku in Taiwan, Kending, and it's also the place which I have been before. And this is also a Minshuku in Great Island, Taiwan. All of them are the Minshukus. Okay, let's talk about the Minshuku in Dali. Due to the research in last investigations in 2018, and we can say the descriptions of the Minshuku in Dali. There are 267 Minshukus in Dali ancient city, 6 Minshukus in Shuanglang town, 74 Minshukus around the Erhai Lake, 15 Minshukus in Xizhou ancient town, and the total amount of the Minshuku in that time in Dali is over 2,000 in 2018. And the price of Minshuku in Dali that time is very different because of the design and the location of the Minshuku. And the price of the one night room is from 100 to 2,200 Chinese yuan, equivalent from the 11 pounds to 245 pounds per night. And according to the research, since a form of the popularity of Minshuku in Dali in 2013, many people from various places in China have come to Dali to do the business of Minshuku. The local governments are very supportive of this thing. Meanwhile, they made ecological improvement policies to promote Dali's environment in 2017, which provides very good conditions for Dali to develop its Minshuku and to let the Dali become a multiple cultures cities in China. And according to the field research from that time, I conclude the features of the Minshuku in Dali. Firstly, most of the building of Minshuku is built on the basis of the by architecture style. And secondly, most of the managers of the Minshuku are familiar with the original definition of the Minshuku. It's promoted the development of the high quality of Minshuku. And most of the managers of Minshuku are very enthusiastic to the guests, share the local culture and customs with them, and moreover, the hosts are hospitable and obliging. Let's let you to see some photos about different musicals in Dali. And in these photos, the interior design is normal, is a modern design. And in these pictures, on the right, the style is a little like a Japanese style. And in this musicals, the photo on the left is authentic by architecture style, but in its interior design is a Japanese style. For me, I think it's a little strange because you know the integrations with the traditional Chinese style with the Japanese style. I think is a different culture and is a little strange. And in these musicals, the homeowners price public areas to guests to have a chat, and there is kitchens to let the guests to cook the food if they want, and I think it represents the obliging method from the homeowner. In these musicals, we can see the architecture style is a traditional Chinese the by architecture style, and but in its interior design, I think it has also the same problem, which is they use the modern design to design this place. And it can't represent the by the culture. It can't let the guests to feel the local culture in this place. I think it's a pity. And in these musicals in Dali, we can say the appearance of these architectures is a little like modernism. And inside, it uses a traditional Chinese style. I think it's okay. And from these photos, you can see there are many different cultures using in the musicals in Dali. They bring different culture and make the Dali become a multiple city and attract many people to come here and to improve the Dali's tourism. I think it's a good idea, but at the same time, I think use too much different cultures in the musicals, it can destroy the local culture, and it's not very good to keep the local cultures because it destroys the local culture's integrity. I don't think it is a good idea to keep the by culture, the local cultures. I don't think it's a good idea to keep it. But if we can use different cultures moderately, and I think the musical will develop well better late in the future. Just to a conclusion, the Dali has a regular style culture and is unique by style in Minshuku. The popularity of Minshuku, the support from the government, and the passion of business persons makes the industry thriving and promotes the quality of managers of Minshuku and the Minshuku of Dali. It has gradually become the industry leader in China, and the various culture applies in architecture destroys the integrity of local culture, which is a bi-nationalities culture in Dali. And many bi-nationality people have left their hometown. Actually, the architecture becomes a cultural symbol, but loss is rarely worth in some certain level. And we should know that use a different culture appropriately could develop the musicals industry well. And the important thing we should remember is to insist to conserve and develop the local culture and customs in the industry, the economy and the reputation of this place will be increased. When we use the culture, we should balance its benefits and negative factors. When we remember these things and do it well, I think the Minshuku industry will be developed better in the future. There are references in this presentation. Thanks for listening.